Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Skyhawk, Soviet Global Command 8.3. Okay, here we are with the tech. PGM, Advanced Sonar, Advanced Manufacturing, Advanced Airborne. Yes on PGM, no on the other three. So, stage 2 of PGM for the Soviets. Okay, next step, diplomacy. The Soviets are going to use their 2 free dice this time to try to entice Syria into a military pact, since they do border central Turkey, which is still NATO. And they're going to use the 1 paid die to try again on Yemen. Okay, there's no release to do, so military aid. Syria is going to get a field artillery and an early gen fighter for a cost of 5. Warsaw Pact is getting a next gen MBT and a frigate for a cost of 7. Then for themselves, the Soviets are spending 28 on 2 self-propelled artillery, 2 MBTs, and 2 fighters. That's 8, 8, and 12. Then they're going to spend 10 on 2 early gen MBTs and 2 early gen fighters, and the remaining 15 on 3 next gen MBTs. Combat movement. This first one's really easy. The ASW chopper from Hyderabad goes on patrol in I-11. That is actually a combat move. Everybody from Kashmir, New Delhi, West Bengal, the air from eastern Iran, and the air from Tehran are all attacking North Pakistan. So you've got these guys, this guy, these 2 choppers, these 2 planes, all attacking North Pakistan. The guys coming from Kashmir and New Delhi and West Bengal will have a river penalty on the first round. Okay, then over here, one of these next-gen MBTs is coming back here to counterattack Southern Caucasia. He'll be supported by this fighter out of Baghdad, which will fly 1-2. Okay, there's that. Over here, the paramilitaries and the airborne will stay in Morocco. Everybody else here is going to attack Western Sahara. The field artillery will shoot chemical. Okay, this is a combat move. These 2 diesel boats are going on silent running. So let's go ahead and mark that. Up here, all-out attack on Akershus from Nordland, Svealand, and Gotaland. The 3 Marines in Svealand are not going. Everyone else is. Yeah. Everyone else is, and Yeah, that's that. Let's see. The Soviets, the backfire is shooting 2 cruise missiles, 1-2 into northern Germany. The air base in Baltic states, 1-2. The air base Leningrad, 1-2-3. So that's 2, 3, 4. And then cruiser here in A13, 1-2. So 5 cruise missiles going into northern Germany in a surgical strike. There is a SAM there, so there will be missile defense. And that's it for combat movement. So as long as we're here, let's do the surgical strike in northern Germany with the auxiliary tray. Okay, we got 5 cruise missiles coming in. There is 1 SAM there defending, so he gets his 3 AMD shots. That all miss. Okay, so 5 cruise missiles come in. The Soviets got Celestial Eagled by the Americans last turn, so their spy satellite is not available this turn. So there's no target select here. Well, there is, because 1's in a surgical strike or an automatic target select. So there's 2 target selects and 1 non. So we look at northern Germany. This is this card right here. The 1s can be used to target select next gen MBTs. So take out those 2. And then for the general hit, NATO will choose to take that on the field artillery. That was a very, very good surgical strike by the Soviets. They could not have asked for any better. And that was 3 units taken out by a surgical strike, so I believe that's going to get the Soviets some battle stars. Let's go over here and have a look and confirm that. Let's see here. Destroy 3+ units with a surgical strike. That's 2 air battle stars for the Soviets. So there we go. All right, so the next thing we will do is the liberation attack on southern Caucasia. That's an early gen. Is that mountains? Yep, that is. So it's a next gen MBT and a fighter attacking. And an airborne defending. Okay. So the next gen MBT is green, he's a 5. There's the Soviet fighter, he's normal. There's the defending American airborne. Okay, there's actually 2 hits by the Soviets, only needed 1. The American missed. So southern Caucasia has been liberated. And that will be a land battle star for the Soviets. Okay, next. Next, we'll do the attack on North Pakistan, and I will move that to the board. Okay, there we go. The Soviet first strike, the self-propelled artillery are shooting chemical, but they're at 2 because of the river penalty. There is an attack chopper, so the air cav stays at 4, 1 mech stays at 3, everybody else's ground units are adjusted down for the river penalty. The Americans have 2 artillery in first strike and defense, so we'll see what happens. I'm kind of starting to think that going for the military pact with Pakistan isn't a very good idea. Not unless you can get massive military aid in there before you get it. So here's 2 self-propelled artillery shooting chemical at 2. There's a 1, so the Americans are disrupted. So the mechs come down to 4, the field artillery go down to 2. The American field artillery have first strike, and they both miss. Okay, so now there is 1 early gen fighter and 2 fighters on air superiority. Okay, there's 1 hit by a fighter, 1 air hit, so that is an air battle star for the Soviet. And now they have a mech at 2, miss. Now they've got a mech at 3 and 2 MBTs at 3. There's 1 land target select hit. Now there's an air cav and a fighter. No, an air cav and a ground attack fighter at 4. Okay, they both missed. Attack chopper gets a hit at a 6, so that's 1 general hit. Okay, the defending American. We got 2 fighters on air superiority, and there are 2 air hits there. So that's 2 air battle stars for the American. And now he's got 2 mechs at 4 because of the disruption. Okay, there's 1 general hit. And then a ground attack fighter. And damn it, he's defending. He should have been first strike, and damn it, I forgot the SR-71 defense. Oh boy, it's too late to fix now. One of these days, I'm gonna get all this stuff together. That's a land target select hit in defense. Okay. Land target select by the attacker. Of course, he's choosing a mech. Land target select by the defender. He's choosing an MBT. Air hit by the attacker. The Americans are taking that on the ground attack fighter. 2 air hits by the defender. All chopper class and ground attack fighters have to be taken last as air superiority casualties. So he's going to have to take it on the early gen fighter and 1 regular fighter. Take that off, and then one general hit each. The Americans will take theirs on the field artillery, and the Soviets will take theirs on the self-propelled artillery. Clear those off. Okay, the self-propelled artillery goes to the box. No more river penalty, so he goes up, he goes up, he goes up, he goes up. This guy comes over here to his spot. This guy goes to the box. So the Americans have a mech and 2 fighters left defending. So for the Soviets, let's do an attack chopper. Let's do this way. 2 air cabs, a fighter, no, it's just 1 air cab. Fighter, attack chopper, air cav. Fighter, attack chopper, air cav. Okay, there's 2 hits by the fighter and the attack chopper. 2 hits. They need 1 more. Ground attack fighter. Ground attack fighter. There is the 3rd hit that's required. In defense, there is a mech and 2 fighters. Nothing. Everybody missed. Okay, the Americans are wiped out. It's another land battle star for the Soviets. And let's see, that's worth 2. So that's going to be the Soviets up 2 to 54, the Americans down 2 to 49. I will put these things back, and then I'll get Akershus over here. No, then I'll get Western Sahara over here. Okay, here we are for the Battle of Western Sahara. There's 3 field artillery shooting chemical in the attack. The Americans have a paramilitary and 3 light infantry defending. There's no terrain. So there we go. So here's the field artillery. Look at that, 2 hits, 2 ones. So there's a disruption and a casualty. So the light infantry will go down to 3 and the paramilitary will be the casualty. Okay, now that's it for first strike. So now we've got 2 early gen MBTs. They miss. 4 light infantry. They get 1 hit. Early gen fighter. It's a 2nd hit and 2 MBTs. Nah, they missed. They didn't get enough. They needed 3 hits and only got 2. So there's 3 light infantry defending for no hits. Oof. Soviets got lucky there. Okay, so killed 2 of the Americans. Take that off. Field artillery goes to the box. And we do it again. This time we start off with 2 MBTs, and an early gen fighter. There is the hit that's needed by an MBT. The American defends for a miss because he's disrupted down to a 3. Okay, so there's another land battle star for the Soviets. I will put this stuff back and get Akershus over here. Okay, here we go. That is mountain zone, so the Soviet field artillery shooting chemical and the rocket artillery with the barrage strike are at 1. Other Soviet ground units are down 1. The 3 air cavs stay at 4 because they have close air support. This time I'm remembering it. I didn't use it. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Yeah. I forgot to use it for the Americans, but NATO is going to use their SR-71. So, as of right now, all of their land units are +1 on the first round of defense. So we have field artillery for the Soviets, and we have rocket artillery. Both are at 1. No hits. No hits. So no disruption for the Americans. They got lucky. Okay, so the Americans have a SPAG that has taken 3 shots at 3. Or not the Americans, the NATO. SPAG, 3 shots at 3. Nothing. Rocket artillery is shooting mines because there's nowhere for them to retreat to. He's also at a 3. That misses. Now there are 4 field artillery at 4. Okay, there are 2 first strike hits there for the defender. And then we have a single self-propelled artillery at 4. That's a miss. So the attacker got 0 first strike hits, the defender got 2. Of course, they're going to kill the rocket artillery and the field artillery. Okay, now we go regular. So there's 2 early gen MBTs and 4 MBTs. Okay, there is 1 land target select hit by an MBT. Now there are 4 ground attack fighters and 3 air cavs. Okay, there is a 2nd land target select hit and 1 general hit. And now there are, I'm going to do this again, take that one off. 4 next gen MBTs and 2 attack choppers. One general hit. Not very good. They had quite a bit of high numbers. They should have done better than that. Okay, so there are 2 paramilitary and 1 light infantry. They got 1 hit by a paramilitary. Okay, 2 land target select hits. They put on the light infantry and the paramilitary. Take that off. 2 general hits. NATO takes on, it doesn't matter. Well, yeah, it does matter because they got 1 paramilitary left. General hits, they'll take on the SPAG and the rocket artillery. And then the attacker has to take 1 that they'll do on an early gen MBT. Okay, those guys are in the box. There's 1 paramilitary left defending. Let's get a couple of attack choppers. And there are 2 hits. 1 was needed, they got 2. Paramilitary defends for a miss. Okay, NATO is wiped out. So that will be another land battle star for the Soviets. I'll put things back. All right, let's move around here. Put the Soviet round along here. There we are. All of Scandinavia now belongs to Soviet Global Command. Okay, non-combat movement. Ground attack fighters. Yeah, the ground attack fighters will fly back to Spaland. We're going to have to get a card going for Warsaw Pact here. So just real quick, because they're the East Germans in East Germany, or I should say Warsaw Pact in East Germany, is getting reinforced. Their Soviet brethren are coming to join them. So move them guys onto this card. There we are. Now we have these guys in West Poland are all moving into East Germany. So I'll move them to the card off camera. The early gen MBTs and the 2 attack choppers using air bonus and strategic land movement 1, 2, 3 into Bavaria. I will move those onto the card off camera. Let's see, I think that's it for movement up here. Down here, because things were kind of crowded, I've already landed the air from North Pakistan as a fighter and a ground attack fighter. They both had at least 2 movement left. So 1, 2 down here to Hyderabad is where they went. And this diesel boat's going to come out of port and move into I-11. Over here. We're actually going to move this light infantry from eastern Algeria 1, 2 over there to Morocco. Wait a minute. Light infantry doesn't move 2, does it? No, light infantry only has a move of 1. So we will move him 1 over here to western Algeria. And that's it for non-combat. So let's get to placing some units. I made a change on the fly. So I gotta figure that out. Two early gen fighters. Oh yeah, the early gen fighter has to fly back to Morocco. Two early gen fighters get built at Morocco. There's that. Then two early gen MBTs are built here in New Delhi. Two next gen MBTs are built here in Tehran. One next gen MBT is built in Baghdad. Put him on this card. Then you'll be able to see right there just fine. In Western Ukraine, building two fighters, two self-propelled artillery, and two MBTs. That's all the Soviet units placed. Syria has military aid, gets a field artillery that can come in overland because they do have a connection going back to Soviet home country. So field artillery, and then an early gen fighter airlifts. And then Warsaw Pact gets a frigate here in A12 and a next gen MBT delivered to East Germany. Okay, that's all aid delivered. Time to ring the cash register. Soviets, as we said, are at 54. Oh, here's their missile production. 6 cruise missiles this turn. And 3 more anti-ship missiles. Okay, 54 plus okay, we gotta go through and add up the ones with no IPP value. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, is that it? 8? Okay, there's 8 there. Plus 2 for Shiraz makes 10. And let's see. makes 11. And that's that. So 54 plus 11 is going to be 65. And then their mountain of battle stars. I've got 9 battle stars in the bank. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I forgot some combat resolution. I looked down and saw dice laying here. So there's Syria and there's Yemen. And it's Big Nose. Okay, now we're done. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.